Well, friends, I'm super excited today because I have a dear friend. I mean, I was thinking about this today, Talia. Like in my top favoriteest people, you're definitely up there. We every time we get together, we're like blah 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 blah. And we just like we'll talk forever. So my guest today is Talia Messina, and Talia, why don't you just start by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Talia Messina, and I grew up most of my life in Boston. My mom is from Israel, so I lived in Israel as a kid, moved to Boston just in time for kindergarten, and then spent most of my childhood there, but would go back to Israel every summer. And so I love that my name, honestly, reference is it's a very common Hebrew name. It's like in
Okay.
Israel, it's like Sarah or Rachel. It's like I'm sorry. It's not that Sarah's and Rachel's are boring names. I just mean you know a lot of them. It's not, and so it's often a conversation starter when people ask like where am I from or how do you pronounce it. Um, but I've just always loved writing and reading, and when I'm not doing that, I'm usually rock climbing or dancing or hiking or um, hosting themed parties. I really love themed parties. So
or board
or
games.
board games, yeah, or board games. How could I forget
Okay,
our
so I will
board
just
game
say,
family?
yeah,
So,
we was that was the first time we met, right? In at
yes,
Realm Makers
yes,
in
I believe
yes,
so.
Realm Makers, and we both love Everdell, the board game, and
Yes.
Talia brought it. Did we bring in part of it, or
No,
did
no,
you bring
no,
all
I
of it?
didn't. You brought it.
Oh, we I brought it. Oh,
Yeah.
I brought it.
Which is why I knew we would click because I wasn't gonna bring a full-fledged board game to a conference, and then you were there with your family about to play it, and I'm like, "I'm sorry, I am a mega fan of this game. Can I please join?" Yeah.
And
And you're
then we played
so
for like
expensive cards, they had to, like, shuffle them in a very strategic way so they don't bend, and I was like, "These are my people."
I am a bender. I just like flip them.
I
I
do
do the
too.
little.
I'm like, they're meant to be played with, and yeah,
No,
watching
they're
their
very
tactics,
yeah, they're very systems. So we played like I don't even know how many hours,
yeah, hours.
like
Yeah.
6 hours. I don't know.
Especially when, because I think you started it late. Like, I was walking by your table, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I could play," and, like, 4 hours later at midnight, 1 in the morning, didn't care because I was with Everdell lovers.
It was so
So,
fun. Yeah, and we were actually, like, supposed to be there. I was speaking at a conference, you were editor at a
yeah,
conference, and we're supposed to
yeah,
be, like, doing stuff when we're playing board games. So that's, like,
right,
how we, like, hit it off, and
yeah,
then, I don't know, we think we've just been friends ever since, and it's,
yeah,
like, one of those people that you don't talk for a while, then all of a sudden you talk, and you're, like, have
yeah,
1,000 things to talk about. So
yeah.
but we're here to talk about you and your new book.
Yeah,
So God's Name for
yeah,
Me. Okay,
yeah.
so we'll get to, like I wanna talk about the book first, and then we'll talk about, like, editor, all the things that you do, all the creative
Okay.
things that you do. So first, let's show us the book, and tell us of, like,
No.
how this book came to be.
Yeah.
It's so
So
cute too.
thank you. I am so thrilled with how this turned out. This book, the idea came from a salesperson was talking about like, wouldn't it be fun to have a board book of names, of nicknames? And that seed really got into my head about how people earn nicknames. Like
Mm,
you don't get called, sunshine if you have a gloomy personality. You don't get called little sprout if you're just perpetually short. And it occurred to me that being a child of God, it's not a name that you earn ever. You just
mhm.
innately have it for who you are. And so this book just goes through these kids talking about their funny nicknames, and they're trying to figure out, but what's the name that we all share from God?
Mm.
And so each one of them shares what they've earned because of whatever it is, and then at the end, they all realize what it is. And so then the reader also, there's a mirror at the back, so the reader can also see that they can claim the name for themselves. And I'm just like so in love with this book. So
It is so adorable. Okay, so I'm gonna have you read it in a second, but first of all, what
okay.
is your nickname? Did you have a childhood nickname?
I did. It's actually featured in here. This little kid right here,
Uh-huh.
this is the girl. Her nickname is Sunshine, and so they used actually an image of me when I was 4
Aw.
inspiration for this girl. So when we get to that spread, it was the nickname that my grandma gave me. So the illustrator illustrated my grandma and then myself when I was 4. So that's sort
That
of
is
how we
so cute. So you're sunshine. Like that
I'm
was
sunshine.
what yeah.
She called me her sunshine, and then in high school, my senior year superlative was most likely to brighten your day. So it seems to be a theme that keeps following me.
That's not a bad thing to have following you.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
it's
not at
better
all.
than stormy or cloudy or
Yeah,
like yeah,
Eeyore, like,
Eeyore,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, do you wanna hear what mine is
Yes, I
from
would
when I
love
was
to.
little? Okay, Tunky, because I
Oh.
was super chunky, and they call me Tunky. Like,
Oh,
and
no.
still but it's so sweet because my grandma, before she passed away, she sometimes
Yeah.
wouldn't remember my name. I'm like, "What's my name?" She goes, "Tunky." I'm like, "Okay, you call me that."
Oh,
So it's sweet. Yeah.
that's cute.
So I guess you can remember
Yeah,
Trisha, but that's
yeah,
okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
Talia, read it to us. Read us the book. Okay, it's story time.
Okay.
Story time with
So
Talia.
yay! Yeah, so this is God's Name for Me, and, it's dedicated to my nieces. I call them my munchkins. So this is for Lila and Shea, my little munchkins. There's also a presentation page so you can write your kid's
Oh yeah.
nickname along with who it's from. So it's sort of like a giftable little thing. So we all have funny nicknames from our families near and far. And even though they're silly, they're a part of who we are.
Oh, so cute.
And then there's a lift a flap.
Oh. Oh.
All the kids being silly.
Oh,
So
it's so cute.
and the little teacher, I love that she's sitting in a kid's chair.
Oh, kids, yeah. Totally
All
relatable.
right, here's the sunshine page. Grandma calls me sunshine because I take away the gloom. She says whenever I'm around, I brighten up a room. And then if
So
we lift
cute.
the flap under grandma, there's
Oh,
sunshine.
sunshine. Oh, I
Yay!
love it.
The sunshine girl and then sunshine.
The sunshine. And
Yeah.
the illustrations are so cute too.
Oh, unbelievable. Yeah. Grandpa calls me honey because I'm oh so very sweet. I always make new friends when I'm kind to those I meet.
So cute. Okay, it's gonna be
And lift what's under the flap. The honey bear,
oh, honey
bumblebee.
bear. That's so cute.
Yeah. And you see he's about to make a doggy friend. So he's coming for his sandwich. Daddy calls me Lil Sprout because I used to be much smaller. He says I'm growing up too fast. I can't help getting taller. So there they are,
Oh,
spraying the water in the greenhouse, and then look at these little sprouts.
that's are
They're
so cute.
so happy.
Those little sprouts need their own story. I think they're really
Yeah.
cute.
I'll work on it.
Yeah, that's your next job.
Yeah. Mommy calls me Love Bug because I give her special cuddles. She says, I'm sorry, I don't have this one memorized. Mommy calls me Love Bug because I give her special snuggles. I let her know how much I care with kisses, hugs, and cuddles.
Oh, and there's a little
Little girl.
kitty.
So
Yeah,
Love
so
Bug, we have a mommy
oh,
bug.
so cute.
Yeah, they're so adorable. This one is based off of one of my sisters, actually. Sister calls me princess because I wear a pretty dress. I know what colors, shapes, and styles make me look my best.
Oh, cute.
So she's making her own outfit, and then here's the
Oh, she's
little
a
princess
princess.
on the flip side. Yeah, I have a lot of younger sisters, and they like to wear my clothes.
I love it.
Brother calls me monkey because I climb on everything. From trees to rocks to jungle gyms, I love to jump and swing.
Oh,
I love that he's just he's just so like he's so monkey like, and then
yeah.
here's the
A little
monkey
monkey.
on
Oh,
the other side.
cute.
I so appreciate that the designer organized it so that the kid is always looking at
Oh, that's
the
yeah.
image of the nickname. All right, we all have special nicknames from the people who we love, but teacher says the greatest name comes from God above. So they're all looking up, they're trying to figure out the greatest name
Ooh.
comes from God above.
There's
So
a
there's
little note.
a dove with a little note. So then they're all trying to figure out he has the perfect name for you, and here's a little clue. It's all about whose you are and not what you can do. So there they are, all trying to figure out what it could be. And here's the mysterious
Oh,
note.
nice.
They're trying to look and see. So here they are, dressed up as their nicknames. God calls you precious child because his love for you is strong. When you're part of God's own family, you are his and you belong. And then it
Oh,
shows,
and there's a
there's
little mirror.
Trisha!
Hello.
So there's a mirror at the back so the kids can see themselves. When you're part of God's own family, you are his and you belong.
I
And so
love
that's
it.
God's name for me. Yeah.
That is so perfect. It's so perfect for like baby showers
Yes, baby
and yeah.
showers, stocking stuffers. Um, I love how strongly it talks about identity and
Mhm.
where, but in a age appropriate way. I mean, the
Right.
average 2-year-old is not thinking, who am I?
You're right.
Or like, I am a princess. I'm a monkey. Like
Yeah. Oh,
so.
that's so cool. Okay, so I love I mean, just holding it in your hands. Like what was that
Oh,
feeling like for the first time?
oh my gosh! It didn't feel real. I just kept turning it over. Like
You're
I
like, "It's
couldn't.
here."
I don't feel like I'm naturally a very touchy person, but I was just like I just kept going like this.
"It's
Um,
there. It's there."
and then the colors just I could not believe the color saturation on this, like especially this
Oh,
scene.
yeah.
Like I was just unbelievably floored by how strong the colors were, and I've just never had my name officially on anything like this before. So I kept like
Well, on the
blinking at,
front cover, right?
yeah,
Because
on the front cover.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, it just doesn't feel real. I keep every time I see it, I'm like, I feel like it's gonna disappear.
It's not. It's there forever, and all these little moms and dads and grandmas and uncles and aunts are gonna be reading it to these little kids, and it's
Yeah.
just love. And that's what I love. It's like we never know the ripple effect of that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm definitely a perfectionist. And what I love about this is it's like it doesn't matter what about your personality, how tall you are, how pretty you are, how active you are, like does not matter.
Yeah.
It matters whose you are.
Mhm.
You're God's child. And I just like, is there anything more peaceful or calming than
Right.
knowing that and really instilling that? Like that's really my heart behind this book is I wanted my nieces, Lila and Shea, to know that. And so this was my way of telling them.
I love
So
it. So how old are they? Your nieces?
they are 3 and 1.
Oh my gosh, that's so
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah. So I wrote
Very
this
cool.
when Lila was 1 month old, and she's now 3, or she will be 3 in 2 weeks. So, that tells you how long it takes to make a
Yeah,
book.
okay, so this was I was gonna ask next. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you about your journey, but I think
Okay.
you have a unique story because you're
Yeah.
also an editor.
Yes.
So, like, it's like it's the writing journey and then it's the editor journey. And I remember a conversation that we had sitting in my friend's borrowed pickup truck, and you're
Yeah.
like, I don't know, it's scary being an author. Like, I've been on the other side of it, and
Yeah.
I'm like, you just have to be you. Like, you are such a
Yeah.
fun, loving, giving, friendly, sunshine person. Like, we don't have to, like, put on an author, like, hat now and be anything
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. Yeah, that honestly, that talk, I think about it so often because you are such a mentor to me. And that talk, I feel like completely changed the trajectory of how I thought about my writing because being an editor, I'm consistently advocating for the author at the
Mhm.
publishing house. I'm consistently up against various different teams asking like, well, do we really have to do it like that? Could we change it like this? Could we do, and I'm the person who's keeping the story's integrity and the hype. I'm like the internal hype girl, and so I'm used to fighting for other people's, well, fighting's maybe a bit strong, but like championing
Yeah.
other people's work and catching their vision, and I somehow didn't know how to do that for myself though, and I thought that I had to be this. I don't know. I had to be a different person than who I am in order to write a book and get my voice out there. And in that conversation, when you were talking about all the things that I naturally already do to connect with people and just being myself, but online, I was like, well, that sounds so much more fun than, like, stressing myself into, like, getting certain stats and different whatever, and you were like, "Well, yeah, being an author is fun." Like, I think because I work in in the editorial field, it just I had this very black and white idea of
Mhm.
it, and when you just reminded me about, like, like, just be yourself. Isn't that the whole point of this book here? And
Yeah.
I needed that reminder in that conversation. Yeah, it really changed everything for me. And even as I'm talking about this book, I've had the mindset of like, let's think of creative ways to celebrate.
Mm.
Because even learning how to promote the work in an authentic way that isn't just
Go buy
buy,
my
buy,
book.
buy. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
no, this is a message that's important that I really care about and that I want to spread for other people because I think it really matters. Um, and that's just me being myself,
Yeah, exactly.
which is a lot more interesting than like, hey, buy this book, but I'm not going to tell you any of the background of why my name is Sunshine or why I was drawn in a certain way. Like whatever. And you were like, "Why? Why wouldn't you share that? I think you should share it. It's actually interesting."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so, yeah,
Yeah, and I think that's like it's so hard. Like we have a harder time seeing ourselves, I think sometimes than other people see us.
yeah,
Yeah, and I love that actually ties into your book too. Like the nicknames are how other people see us, but God like sees us for who we are, like
right,
exactly who we are. Yeah,
right,
and we
exactly.
don't ever have to perform. And the kids like if they can get that message when they're like a toddler, like that
Yeah,
they can be built on, is just amazing.
yeah, yeah, and I mean, I have background stories for each one of these kids of, like, why especially the way that they were depicted. They're kind of based on different friends of mine, and so,
Oh my
um
gosh.
yeah,
So you
so
really was that all in your illustration notes that you provided
yeah,
for the
like, none
illustrator?
of that ever made it into the actual book, but, I'll just show the princess one as example. This one was based off of my sister, and, my sister is 9 years younger than me, and so she would wear, my T-shirts, like, as a dress, and
Oh,
she would
yeah.
wrap, like, a belt around her head, and, like, like, she would this is what she would look like,
Yeah.
and here's, like, as if me coming over, giving her more things to dress up as. And so I was very initially with that illustration, they were going to put her in a fully formed
Mm,
princess dress, like one you just buy at the store. And
right.
I was like, no, no, no. Like she has to look like she's putting it together herself
Yeah.
because I had notes in the background of this is the personality of this. And I mean, I have ideas for other books in this series, depends on how this one does. But if we continue, like I would love to show more of what I know about those characters. And um, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Love that, but I think that makes it come to life more, like, it makes it,
yeah,
just I don't know, more meaningful. Like, when your heart is in it like that, then it just relates. Like, even if
yeah,
there's what, 40 words on a page or something? Like, there's a lot
yeah,
of message in
exactly.
there, though.
Well, and I've had a couple people ask me, like, so how long did it take you to write? And I was like, about 5 hours, which they are consistently surprised by. But because when you have such short text,
Mhm.
I mean, the initial draft was 5 hours. And then once I got edits back, I think that took me about 3 hours. So it's like 8 hours in total. And editorial really, really helped, especially with the last lines of making sure that, like, it's
Mhm.
whose you are, it's not who you are. That was an editorial change that I was like, oh, thank you. That just gets the heart of it so well. Um, but like Sunshine Girl, she's depicted the image that they used for me as a 4 year old. You can see she has like a flower crown
Oh,
on
yeah.
because the image of me is on my fourth birthday, and in the Hebrew birthday song, it says, "And a crown of flowers on your head." And so I was just trying to think of like, okay, where's a picture of me where I'm the sunniest version of me
Mm.
as a kid? And I was like, oh, my birthday photo with the flowers all over my head. And so we
Aw.
sent it to the illustrator, and I was really glad that she not only made Sunshine Girl look like me, as in like
Yeah.
a white girl with brown hair, but
Yeah.
like she also had the, the flowers, and even my grandma, like this is what my grandma looks like. Um,
Oh.
so I didn't tell her that she was in this book, and then her birthday is August 1st, and on August 1st I posted like in honor of my grandma, and she's like, "What? I had no idea." So she was thrilled. She's like, "I get to be in your first book." I was like, "Absolutely." She
Yeah.
was ultimate grandmother. So, lots of tea parties and
Oh.
water balloon games and sewing classes and lessons and painting. And yeah, she's incredible. Shout out to Mimi. So,
Hey, Mimi. Mimi, hi. You're on the podcast also, Mimi, in the book.
yeah,
I love it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about like your journey to like where you are, because
sure.
you talk about Sunshine Girl and like these messages. I mean, did you always know that you wanted to write, and now you're an editor for a major Christian publishing house? You can say it if you want. I don't,
Yeah.
shout out to if you want to. You don't have to. But like, how did that journey go? Because I think so many people are like, I want to do this when I'm older, and there's the doubts and the fears and the
yeah.
things that come up. So
Yeah.
I would just love to hear a little bit about that journey.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've always loved writing. As soon as I learned how to write, I've been writing stories. In fact, my very first story was about Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. It was like a little adventure that they had together. And I, so I always loved writing. And I started when I was 8. I would write a Christmas story every single year for my family because I didn't have a gift to give them, but I could
Right.
write. And so that's actually a tradition I've kept going since I was 8
Yes.
years old. I write a Christmas story every year, and send it out to my family, which is
I
really
know
fun.
I've read some of your Christmas stories.
I just love it. It's an incredible tradition. I feel like it gets me closer to Jesus. And I mean, they're not all Christian stories, but just that time of year is very
Mhm, mhm.
magical. And so I also kind of feel like it's, I don't know, my gift to the Lord some way.
Yeah.
Um, but again, I always thought it was a hobby. So I was like, I'm not going to study English. I'm not going to, I was a nursing major in college for 2 years. I worked as an EMT. I
I
thought
did
I was
not
going to
know
be,
this.
yeah, yeah. My first 2 years of college were nursing. I was a nursing student. And I was also in the military ROTC program. So I thought I
Okay.
was going to be a medic in the army. Like that was my trajectory. Um, and then a couple different things happened. Like medically, I had to drop out of army training, and I started shifting. And I had been here and there taking a creative writing class, like whenever it fit in my schedule. And my friends were like, "I think you need to change your major." I had gone and studied abroad in Italy, and I had a friend who was studying in Spain, so we met for a weekend in Paris, which sounds so.
So fun.
So I'm not kidding you. I went to Notre Dame and I was praying in Notre Dame, and there was this very powerful God moment, where I just felt like I needed to take the leap and I needed to change my major
Mm.
to English and just see what happened. And so as soon as we got back from Paris, I called the head of the English department. And because I had been taking English classes here and there, I actually already had half the credits of an English major. So all I had to do was take one summer class. And for my senior year, I graduated on time, but I was only an English major for senior year.
That's awesome.
And I took all literature classes and I loved it. And in one of my creative writing classes, I revised a story called The Man with No Name that I had written when I was 9. And I sent it off to a competition, and it won first place in this international writers competition.
Wow.
And then I got the internship in publishing, and then got hired in publishing, and have been moving up in the acquisitions and editor space. But it truly, it was like that prayer in Notre Dame was, I actually have you can't see it behind this computer. I have a big picture of Notre Dame because it's just a
Mm.
very special place to me where I took the leap and I trusted the Lord. And I can't imagine a better place, or write, like, to be with writers, to be with books all the time. It's just absolutely what I'm meant to do. So yeah, I feel really blessed to have landed where I am.
Yeah, and you're such an encouraging person, and so like you talked about a champion.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the first book that you got?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Wait, I have it. Trisha's book was my first acquisition. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad I
I'm trying
have
to
it
see if
here.
I have a copy here. I don't.
Yeah.
Mine's are.
So
Yay!
Wonders of the Ocean Realm. So Trisha and Sherry, her co-author, initially came to us with a 5-book picture book idea, and I read their content, and I was like, let's bump that up to middle grade. Let's make it a devotional and a story type resource. And I mean, it's so unbelievably beautiful with these, like this artwork that's
The artwork is so
writing,
gorgeous.
honestly, is so engaging in this. Like, I feel like I'm being taken, I've been in a Little Mermaid zone lately because I
The
recently just,
ocean's having a moment, Talia. The
it
ocean's having
is.
a.
I know, that's what Trisha surprised me. Oh my gosh. I was about to present to our sales team, like, this is our new book that's coming. And all of a sudden, I come down the stairs and Trisha's standing right there in the publishing house. Like, and I'm like, hi. And she's like, hi, I'm here for your presentation. I'm like, oh, great. Like, I was like, as if I wasn't nervous enough to speak to sales. Now I get to pitch it in front of Trisha. But it was great. It was so much fun. And when I started that presentation, I said, the ocean is having a moment. And Trisha has never let me forget that that's how I
I
started.
love it though. But okay, I will just say
Uh,
that I mean, so I've never been in a sales presentation, so I don't know. But like the other ones are like, well, this is our new book, and let me tell you about it.
yeah,
And they're very like one key. And
yeah.
then Talia's like, the ocean is having a moment. I'm like, yes, energy. It was so fun. It was like the best. Like, I don't
Well,
know. It
it's
was
just
fun.
I get to hype up books that I'm
Yeah.
anyways really excited about. So
Yeah.
I just yeah, that was such a joy as my first like true acquisition to lead through the process with you and with Sherry. Like, honestly, dream team. So we got to
And
have
I
more
love like
projects.
our books was like I don't even know how many words, 300 words or something. And you're like, actually, we want to make it 120 pages. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, oh, okay. But
Right
it was
fast.
yeah, exactly. It was the best.
Just
Well,
keep swimming.
it's so awesome because Sherry is a marine biologist.
Yes.
So literally, I'm like, okay, you write like what
The
happens,
science facts.
like the sciencey stuff, and then I will make it sound pretty. So it was like the best of all our
Yeah.
world, like to
Yeah.
do that.
And it really does pull you in. Like, you feel like you're in a whole new world. I'm not going to sing. Well, I don't know
Yeah.
why I do not have
I
a
just got
voice.
a text yesterday from one of my friends from co-op, and she says Micah has really loved Wonders of the Ocean Realm, and I just love like I don't know, it's some like oh yeah, people are reading this book.
Yeah,
Or Sherry and I
yeah.
went to a co-op. We spoke in Portland. At a big, I mean, I don't even know, they have 600 kids there or something. We spoke
Oh,
there and we
wow.
did crafts with the kids, and the kids were
Yeah.
like so excited and telling us all the whale facts. And like, just again, being I don't know. As a writer, sometimes you're just there in front of
Yeah,
your computer, but anytime
yeah.
you're there, or I read it to my 6-year-old. No, she was 5 at the time. My 5-year-old granddaughter. No, I think she was 6. And anyway, she just wanted to jump to all the pages with the big pictures. So I'm like, it's a whole story. And then it was like, you know what? However the kids want to
He
engage with
was
the
like,
book.
well, and remember the table of contents?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just, I was like, hear me out. I'm like talking to design. I'm like, hear me out. Could we have a table of contents that is illustrated with the different levels of the ocean? I know we don't usually illustrate a table of contents, but I just feel like this would add the wonder, element. And I remember showing it to you and Sherry for the first time. And I think it was Sherry who said, I've never been so excited about a table of contents. Like,
Yes. So I will say also my agent said, like, out of all the books that she's ever published as an agent, this is her favorite. And I'm like,
yeah,
I
she sent
know.
me an email about that. I was like, "Oh my gosh, wow."
I know, I
So,
just love it. I just
yeah,
love it so much, and yeah, it
yeah,
just makes me so happy, and it just, like because, well, again, you saw even more than we saw, and I think that's the part
yeah.
of publishing and, like, how sunshine you brought sunshine into it, like, God uniquely gifted you because I saw Sherry speak, we were both speaking this homeschool thing, I'm like, "I love her, like, her energy and her personality," I'm like, "I wanna write a book with you," and she goes, "We should do something like this," and so we had this, like, vision, like, this big vision,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Talia's like, "Let's make it this big." And I
yeah,
love that I mean, your role, you have a book now, your first published book.
Yeah.
There's gonna be more, I know, but
Yep. First of
also
many.
so many your fingerprints are on so many other books that are going out
Mhm.
there, and that
Yeah,
kids will be like their favorite all-time book, or they're
yeah,
gonna, keep it their whole lives, like they're the books that are gonna mean so much are gonna plant those seeds,
yeah,
and how that creative energy and the creative just that sunshine, that spark that God planted in you, that you're able to like, okay, I'm just going to step forward and do this. Like he already saw that. And I
yeah.
just love that.
Well, I find, like, I feel like a real honor in championing other people's books through the whole process from, an idea to actual existence. Like, I really feel like I, as an acquisitions person, like coming alongside the authors and emboldening their vision, and but also making sure it sells. Like, I have to
Exactly.
both,
Yeah.
both are important.
Gold leaf on all these scales on the fish.
Yeah,
And yeah.
stained edges.
Yeah.
Um, um, but I really see it as an honor. Like, I see the what writers pour into their work, and I just love working with creatives. And I think that people who are not writers, they maybe approach it differently. Like, they
Hmm.
approach it a bit more business like, which is not a bad thing. But I really see it as, I imagine myself as, how would, if this were my book, how would I want someone to be treating it at a publishing
Yeah.
house? And because of that, I just love collaboration and working with people. And I really, yeah, when I saw that proposal when it came in, I was like, oh, it could be this and this and this and this. And I remember the rest of the team being like, ew, it's a lot of work to get it there. And I was like, yeah, but I can see it. And if Trisha
Yeah.
and Sherry are willing to go there, like, I think we could get it there. And you did. So um
We did.
yeah.
We all
Yeah, we
did.
did. Yeah. And Sherry. We should have had Sherry on this call.
I know. Wait, we're supposed to be talking about your book. Wait, wait.
Right,
I don't know.
right.
I'm like, at the beginning, I'm like, before we started, I'm like, I don't know where the conversation is going to go, Talia, but I know we're going to have a
Yeah.
super fun time
This
doing
is
it.
why I love talking to you, because it's like I never know where it's going, but I'm here for the ride.
I know we are. Yeah, we both are. Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, well, I do need to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Uh, Actually, I have to go get a child from work. Bella has
Oh,
her
okay.
first
That's
job,
important.
and so I have
Yeah.
to leave in 3 minutes. But
Okay.
also, because literally, I could talk to you all day,
Yeah. Wait,
and we could
literally.
play board games all day, and we could talk about book ideas all day and all the things.
Yep.
But
Yep.
tell us where people can connect with you
Oh,
and
yeah.
where they can find your book.
Yeah, absolutely. So the best place right now is through Instagram, Talia Messina Writes. I'm working on, as we speak, a website so that you can actually connect with me more easily than Instagram. But for right now, that's the easiest place. And I've been posting behind the scenes things with this book. And so if you want to learn more about it, you can check me out over there.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then like anywhere books are sold,
Oh,
Amazon and
yes, you can
Christian
you can
Book and
pre-order. The book comes out September 9th, so we're really, really close. And it's open for pre-order, yeah, wherever, Amazon, wherever books are sold. So
awesome. Well, thank you, Talia, for being here
yeah,
today.
thanks for having me. It's
All
always
right.
fun to chat with you. Yeah.
Love you, friend.
All right, love you too. Bye.
Bye.